Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by Apex Irons from Callaway.
Hello, I'm Anna Whiteley and welcome to Golf Central on YouTube. Augusta National Golf Club is planning on allowing a limited number of patrons for the 85th Masters in April. No word yet on how many, but the Masters will be conducted with similar standards to those instituted in November. And Francesco Molinari finished tied for 5th in the 2019 Masters and then only played 7 tournaments during 2020. Part of the reason, he was moving his family from London to Los Angeles, and he joined us earlier on Golf Central. Wonderful to see you. 2020 saw you make some huge life changes off the course, relocating your family to California in the height of the pandemic after 11 years in London. How big of a decision was that for you?
Yeah, it was a huge decision, obviously, because it was involving not only me, but my wife and the kids. It's something that we've been thinking of for a while, and we thought, we give it a go last year, take the chance, obviously, of the break from the tournaments to do it. It's been a lot of hard work, but now I think we're starting to settle down and liking our new life.
I can attest that moving across the Atlantic is no easy feat, that is for sure. But it's been a pretty tough year for you on the course. How can that sort of upheaval and adjustment take an effect on your play inside the ropes?
Yeah, obviously it was a very big challenge. I didn't start the year very well already. Then obviously COVID hit and we all stopped, and I had probably a much longer break than anyone else. So yeah, it's just been one of those years. Like I said, other things took priority, but now I'm obviously looking forward to getting back into what I love to do, which is play golf, and hopefully I'll be able to play good golf this year and get back where I like to be.
Hello, Francesco. This is Jaime Diaz. How have you processed the 2019 Masters, and how much effect do you think it had on you and on how you played afterward?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's something I thought about for a long time. It's not every day that you have a chance to win at Augusta. But yeah, I mean, the more I think about it, the more I think I should be proud of how I played that week. It's probably not the course that people think about me when you think about favorites at Augusta and players whose game suit the course the best. So I did a lot of hard work to get there, and I played some really good golf to be in contention. And I think after that, unfortunately, technically I wasn't as good. Some swing problems started creeping in, and on top of that, I think the fact that I had to wait so long to go back to Augusta probably didn't help me, in terms of closure. Of going there again in November last year was actually very nice in a way, even though I didn't play well. Just to be there, be at the place again, and kind of moving on from 2019.
Thank you. You did a lot to gain distance through your swing work with Dennis Pugh, and in 2018 you really improved, gaining more than 10 yards on average. But you did sustain that increase. Meanwhile, guys are getting longer. How are you dealing with getting your distance back?
Yeah, like I said, some technical stuff I think crept in that wasn't helping me. I've worked very hard in the last few months to correct those mistakes and to try and get better. I'm like everyone nowadays on tour, trying to get physically stronger. We see, I haven't played a lot last year. We see where I'm at next week, I guess, when I start my season at Palm Springs. But yeah, I'm confident, that the work I'm doing with the team around me is good enough to bring me back where I want to be.
Francesco, looking at some of the highlights on this year's golfing calendar, the Open makes a return for the first time since 2019. You obviously have such a close relationship with this championship. What sort of feelings does it bring back when you turn up for the Open week?
Obviously it's always a very special week, like and I think for not only for British players but for European players, it's kind of our home major. Every European kid growing up, you starts to play a lot of events, amateur events in the UK, mostly through the RNA. So playing at the Open, playing in an Open was always a goal of mine when I was growing up. And then obviously the biggest dream came true at Carnoustie for me to actually win the Claret Jug. So I can't wait to be back in Sandwich. It's close to London, close to what has been my home for a long time. So it'll be a very fun and emotional week, I'm sure.
And looking ahead, the Sony Open just a couple of days away now from teeing off in Oahu. Collin Morikawa, the highest rated player in the field this week, finished tied for 7th in Maui and is happy with his start to the year.
I came into last week wanting to win, and obviously I gave myself a chance through 3 rounds and didn't have a great Sunday. But I came, ready to play in 2021. I didn't want to slowly warm up, and obviously, the off season wasn't as long as I kind of would have wanted. But I was ready, and coming into this week, I'm ready as well.
Is the game where you want it to be right now, or are there things that need to improve in your eyes?
It is. There's obviously been some adjustments that I had to make. I had to reset some goals over the new year. But, putting in a few new clubs, that's obviously going to take some time. And last week was a great place with some wide fairways. But this week, fairways are going to be important. It's going to be windy. Who knows what kind of weather we're going to get. So it's going to be the real test of golf to know that I can, play golf and instead of focus on, what I've been working on.
How much did the success from 2020 influence the goals that you have, or maybe elevated them at all?
They're huge. I think you're always going to base new goals on what you succeeded or what you didn't succeed on the previous year or the previous month or even last week. It's going to be big. It's definitely set my new goals and set kind of standards higher. But I have to realize, every week we start fresh. We all start Thursday morning at even par. And anyone can, on any given week, can come out here and win. But it's me as wanting to be a consistent player, come out and be ready to play some really good golf for 4 days.
You're the reigning PGA champion. PGA of America announcing they're moving the 22 PGA Championship out of Trump Bedminster. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I think the PGA of America and what they've done for the game, I respect their decision. They've obviously given it a lot of thought. I don't think it came really lighthearted, and it was just a quick decision. People had to think about what kind of impact it was going to be made. But 2022 is so far away. And, I was really just thinking about what I was going to have for dinner the next day.
And as a reminder, you can catch the first round of the Sony Open starting at 7 p.m. on Thursday right here on Golf.
Golf Central on YouTube, brought to you by Apex Irons from Callaway.